In today's news, President Dr. Mohammad Moiz inaugurates Judicial Year 2025. Parliament accepts gang crime bills and refers it to Judiciary Committee for review. And MTCC introduces EV services in Maldives.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News. I am Omna Ismail, your host for today. President Dr. Mohammad Moiz inaugurates Judicial Year 2025 at a ceremony held at the Islamic Center on Tuesday night, where a long-serving judge was honored upon retirement. Chief Justice of Maldives, Ustaz Ahmad Motasim Adnan, delivered the judicial statement at the annual ceremony, which serves as a platform to review the judiciary's achievements and set goals for the coming year. The event, which promotes interaction between judges and judicial sector staff, provides an opportunity to learn from past experiences and strengthen the legal framework. The inauguration has been marked by special events for 8 consecutive years, barring 2021. This year's Judicial Symposium will center on Islamic financing and the harmonization of judicial and administrative court practices. The Maldives and the United Arab Emirates (UAE) renews the Memorandum of Understanding to strengthen cooperation on government development and modernization. The signing ceremony took place on the sidelines of the World Government Summit 2025, reinforcing the commitment of both nations to enhancing governance through knowledge exchange. Abdullah Fayaz, Chief of Staff at the President's Office, signed the agreement on behalf of the Maldives, while Abdullah Nasir Lutha, Deputy Minister of Cabinet Affairs for Competitiveness and Knowledge Exchange, represented the UAE. The renewed MOU extends the Maldives' participation in the UAE's Government's Experience Exchange Program, GEEP, which provides training and development opportunities for government officials. Since joining the GEP 3 years ago under the original MOU, the Maldives has benefited from 4 training programs with 128 government personnel, including civil servants and senior officials, taking part. The initiative aims to enhance governance practices, administrative efficiency, and policy innovation in the Maldives by leveraging the UAE's expertise in government modernization. Hussein Riza Adam, President of the Judicial Service Commission (JSC), announces that President Dr. Mohammad Moiz has pledged support for all 3 proposals presented for the advancement of the judiciary. Speaking at the Judicial Year 2025 inauguration ceremony at the Islamic Center on Tuesday night, Hussein recounted his meeting with the President following his appointment as JSC's President. Drawing from his decade of experience in the field, he explained that the meeting was arranged to seek improvements for the judiciary, particularly given its standing as one of the 3 powers of state. He outlined the 3 proposals presented to the President. The first concerned the court complex, noting that whilst discussions had been ongoing since 2011 and designs emerged in 2014 alongside promising news of land allocation, no land registry had materialized. Addressing the current state of courts, Hussein emphasized that all courts, including the Supreme Court, suffer from water ingress during rainfall, and further stressed that the severe space constraints have become a universally acknowledged issue. The second matter addressed staffing challenges. Hussein highlighted a stark contrast. While court administrative and legal positions attracted over 100 applicants in 2011, they now struggle to fill vacancies despite multiple advertisements. He attributed this decline to sector-wide disillusionment, citing stagnant career progression and long frozen salaries. Upon presenting these staffing concerns and the necessity for salary improvements, he reported that the President had committed to implementing positive changes to judiciary staff remuneration. The third proposal centered on housing. Hussein pointed out that whilst various housing schemes are available to employees of government institutions and companies, judges and judicial staff remain excluded from such programs despite their aspirations. He expressed optimism regarding this issue, noting the President's commitment to exploring solutions within existing regulatory frameworks. Hussein Riza Adam concluded by expressing gratitude to the President for his commitment to revitalizing the judiciary from its current state and its alignment with the President's vision. The Judicial Service Commission (JSC) decides to undertake measures to resolve prolonged court proceedings and case backlogs, according to JSC President Hussein Riza Adam. Speaking at the Judicial Year 2025 inauguration ceremony on Tuesday night, Hussein stated that swift resolution of court cases remains the public's greatest aspiration regarding the judiciary, with most JSC complaints concerning case delays. He particularly stressed concerns about individuals held in pre-trial detention, highlighting the issue of prolonged proceedings for those ordered to remain in custody until trial completion. Hussein emphasized that responsibility for delays extends beyond the courts, comparing it to how fever affects an entire system. He outlined several institutional bottlenecks: the Prosecutor General's office requesting postponements, police failing to produce witnesses, courts unable to serve summonses due to incorrect addresses, correctional services delays in presenting detainees, and defense counsel seeking adjournments. The JSC is set to prioritize these issues this year through stakeholder meetings and quarterly reviews of court cancellation statistics. Hussein highlighted how the newly implemented Civil Procedure Code has exacerbated backlogs and delayed civil cases, increased state expenditure, and caused substantial losses to banks, companies, and businesses. The Commission has drafted amendments to the Civil Procedure Act, forwarded to the Attorney General's office on November 7, 2024. These amendments could expedite civil cases by 60%. Following meetings with superior courts in Male and magistrate courts in their atolls to identify challenges, the JSC has requested the Judicial Administration to work with the Ministry of Finance and Planning on implementing solutions over 4 quarters. Parliament has accepted the Prevention of Gang Crimes and Other Dangerous Crimes Bill, proposing life imprisonment and fines up to 10 million rupiah for serious gang-related crimes.
The bill was accepted unanimously with 42 votes and was referred to the Judiciary Committee for review. Once enacted, it will replace both the Prohibition of Gang Crimes Act and the Prohibition of Intimidation, Possession of Dangerous Weapons and Sharp Weapons Act with stricter legal provisions. PNC MP Mustafa Hussain of Machangoli South Constituency presented the bill on behalf of the government during Parliament's second session, with preliminary debates beginning this week. The legislation forms a key part of President Dr. Mohammad Muiz's vision for a safer Maldives, specifically targeting gang violence as a crucial step towards national security and sustainability. It aims to provide a comprehensive framework addressing various challenges, including drug abuse, violent crimes, and illicit wealth accumulation. The bill establishes a comprehensive legal framework to protect citizens and society from gang-related crimes and other serious offenses that instill fear in the public. Key objectives include establishing penalties for organized crime, serious offenses, and illegal wealth acquisition, granting law enforcement agencies special power to combat organized and dangerous crimes, creating protocols for offender rehabilitation and social reintegration with special emphasis on protecting children and young people from criminal environments, and implementing special procedures for monitoring offenders and taking action. Under Article 3, major organized crimes are classified as drug trafficking, human trafficking, illegal good trading, currency counterfeiting, violent crimes, murder, assault, severe body harm, kidnapping, and intimidation, and violent offenses carrying prison sentences exceeding 10 years. The bill introduces severe penalties. Creating or operating an organized criminal group carries a 25-year prison sentence and fines between MVR 200,000 and 10 million. Attempting to commit, assisting with, or participating in such crimes carries an 18-year sentence and fines between MVR 100,000 and 5 million. and recruiting minors into criminal groups is punishable by 25 years imprisonment and fines up to MVR 10 million. Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Hussain has expressed complete confidence in the government's ability to curb major gang activities in the Maldives. Similarly, State Minister Ustaz Ahmad Siddiq, speaking on MMTV's Bodhaber program in early January, reinforced this view, highlighting how the bill would strengthen police authority and resources in tackling gang-related crimes. He emphasized that the legislation aligns with the government's commitment to addressing gang violence and its societal impact. Ministry statistics revealed that in the past year, authorities have arrested 50 individuals and charged 65 with gang-related offences. While the Judiciary Committee reviews the bill before it's tabled for final approval, the legislation aims to address not only immediate crime rate but also the underlying societal issues that lead to gang involvement, working toward lasting improvements in social stability, economic resilience, and public safety.
We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back. The Maldives Transport and Contracting Company, MTCC, receives the government contract to introduce an electric vehicle EV taxi service in Male City.
The agreement was signed at a ceremony held today by Director General Ahmad Shaheen on behalf of the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation and Managing Director Ahmad Saudi on behalf of MTCC. The EV taxi service, expected to launch mid-year, will be operated through a software-based system similar to Uber or Grab and will be managed by MTCC. The service aims to ensure a taxi is available within 2 minutes of a request and reduce congestion at airport taxi queues, a long-standing issue for both Maldivian and foreign passengers. Speaking at the event, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Muhammad Amin stated that the service will consist entirely of EV taxis, making it a 100% environmentally friendly transport solution. He assured that the introduction of the government-backed taxi service will not negatively impact existing taxi operators. The new system will allow both full-time and part-time drivers to register, providing flexible employment opportunities. Saudi explained that a special registration pool will be opened for drivers and an awareness program will be conducted. Only those who complete the program successfully will be eligible to drive under the new system. Part-time drivers will have the option to receive payments on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. The EV taxi service, introduced under the Male 5 project launched in July last year, aims to provide a modern and sustainable transport solution while addressing the challenges of the current taxi system. The Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation emphasized that the taxi services are the critical public need, but the lack of accountability and efficiency in the existing system has made it difficult for passengers to access taxis when needed. The introduction of electric vehicles is expected to resolve these issues by ensuring a structured, reliable, and environmentally friendly transport service in Male City.
IMF praises the government's economic reforms and financial stability measures during a meeting with Parliament's Public Accounts Committee. IMF projected 5% economic growth for 2025, supported by strong tourism numbers expected to exceed 2 million visitors and the completion of Velana International Airport development. However, they also expressed concern over rising economic pressures, particularly the fiscal deficit and external debt, which is expected to exceed 120% of GDP by 2025. This debt increase is largely attributed to major infrastructure projects. The organization commended several government initiatives, including GST reforms, the halt of money printing, and the ratification of key financial legislation. They also praised plans to implement targeted subsidies, reform state-owned enterprises, and reduce arson expenditure. While supporting infrastructure development, the IMF advised prioritizing essential projects and minimizing wasteful spending to ensure long-term economic stability. They noted that current fiscal reforms align with their policy recommendations, building on the technical assistance to the Maldives since 2016. State electric company Stelco signs a memorandum of understanding with the military welfare company SIFCO to provide comprehensive training for its workforce. The MOU was signed by Stelco Managing Director Hussein Fahmi and SIFCO Managing Director Colonel Ahmad Zubair at a ceremony held on Tuesday. Under the MOU, Stelco staff will receive training across several key areas, including leadership and enhancement, basic first aid, fire awareness, industrial fire brigade operations, security officer skills, swimming and rescue techniques, and life coaching. The partnership also encompasses technical support for maintaining power station fire suppression systems and assistance with fire evacuation drills. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Fahmi highlighted the success of previous training initiatives conducted with the Maldives National Defence Force (MNDF). Stelco aims to train its entire workforce through these programs within the year. The company noted that 668 employees have already completed the leadership enhancement program conducted in collaboration with MNDF. The new MOU marks a significant step in Stelco's commitment to workforce development and safety standards across its operations. A collaborative training program focused on women's economic empowerment has commenced in Ba-Ed Fushi on Tuesday, jointly organized by the local government authority LGA, United Nations Development Programme UNDP, and the Ba-Atol Council. State Minister Mohammad Rafiq represented the Ministry of Cities, Local Government and Public Works at the three-day program, which targets female council members and Women's Development Committee WDC members from across Ba-Atol. The program aims to strengthen women's capacity in local governance and community development roles, contributing to the government's comprehensive approach to women's empowerment across various sectors. The initiative supports President Dr. Mohammad Moises' commitment at the Presidential Address 2025 to inclusive development, which includes planned amendments to the Employment Act and Decentralization Act, addressing WDC concerns on pay status, allowances, and banking access. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day.